Be careful out there. Starting next school year, a new bill signed into law by Governor Henry McMaster could have an impact on your child's grades. The new law bans grade floors, which means teachers cannot give a higher grade than what a student earns. State House reporter Stephen Biddix has details on this change.
Advocates say grade floors are hiding the truth from parents and not setting students up for success. The law bans teachers from giving students a minimum grade higher than what they actually earned. Right now, a student who scores a 30% could receive a 60% on a test or assignment. Schools that ignore the new law will lose 10% of their state funding. Educators across the state, like Patrick Kelly, back the change, saying grade floors give parents a false picture of how their child is performing and can remove the incentive for students to try.
And right now, because of the use of grade floor practices in multiple districts across the state, students and parents are often receiving an inflated sense of what their students are capable of doing.
The law also requires students to turn in all required assignments on time before they can enroll in a credit recovery program. In addition, the law limits district benchmark tests. They can only guide instruction unless the students have already learned the material and the benchmark test has been reviewed by the teacher. Reporting at the State House, I'm Stephen Biddix.